This is MISSTA MUMS, the parenting podcast that's as real as the mess in your living room, but way more fun.
Hosted by us,
Demi Duncan
and Melinda Baxter, the proud inventors of the MISSTA formula feeding safety thermos.
We're here to share unfiltered life updates, parenting stories and advice.
Plus, the chaos that comes with juggling 7 children between us while running a business.
So grab a coffee or whatever keeps you going and join us for a laugh.
Because let's face it, we're all just figuring it out. Demi, you're looking lovely
Thanks for noticing.
today.
Thank you. I put a lot of effort into getting dressed up just for you.
How long did it take you to get dressed?
Like a full-blown hour or some shit.
Yeah. I don't get that dressed up for work.
I was actually going to even take it to a higher level and come in like high heels, like this booby ass dress or like a full going out outfit. To be fair, I actually don't even get this dressed up to go out for dinner. Like one time we went out for dinner and the girl's like, "Are you even wearing mascara?" And I'm like, "No."
Meanwhile, I'm dressed like you because I'm like, do you know what?
Natural
hair, cap on, some form of legginy bike short situation. I should be wearing Adidas, more Adidas. I haven't got any Adidas on, but that's the only thing. Because I'm
even wearing heels.
I know. I heard them clomping up the stairs, and I was like, "What is she wearing?" But you look lovely.
So anyway, I'm taking this off now. That was the full corporate girl look.
So that was from anyone who's just randomly coming in on this episode. We did an uncomfortable challenge to each other last week where Demi had to not wear active athleisure for 5 days straight, and mine was that my hair had to be natural for 5 days straight.
Yes. So I've been getting in non-athleisure, non-athletic wear.
Mm-hmm. Where normally that's your just everyday go-to.
Yeah. And to be fair, I have had a few people be like, I don't know why Mel thinks that's athleisure wear. It's not. And I'm like, I know, but it was more about just getting me out of what I wear
Your
every
comfort
day.
zone.
Yeah. Feedback is I can't wear miniskirts. My kids are too young to wear miniskirts.
Miniskirts are hard.
I
get miniskirts are hard.
Yeah.
They suit you though.
It's not that I don't like them.
Yeah.
But
it's very hard bending down.
It's hard bending down. And I also think my lifestyle, as I've said before, I walk to school, I walk to daycare, I walk to kinder pick up.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but a lot of the time I walk to the shops. So me wearing like sandals and stuff is just not practical.
Can you see why I drive everywhere now?
But if you live just close to things as I live, you'd walk probably more.
Closer to Safeway than you.
I don't drive to Safeway. No, I get my groceries delivered. But do you know what I mean? Like I walk a lot with the kids, the pram. So me being in the clothes that I live in at the moment is practical. Mm-hmm. And I do try and not have the clothes be like, I don't care if anyone else wears daggy athleisure clothes, but I try and jazz it up.
Yeah. You always wear like earrings or you always wear things like that. So even though you are in athleisure, it's always really nice.
It's not really nice,
but
it's just like I try and elevate the look, but I'm still in very comfy outfits.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very practical time in my life to dress like that.
Yeah.
With what I'm
Yeah, that's fair.
Did show me that I do have some clothes.
You have so many clothes. Like as your outfits were coming out, you put on like this beige Zara set that was an actual identical match to our Mr. Bottle, the new colour.
Yeah. That was good timing.
That was good timing.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you have so many clothes. But it's just so easy to just go straight into your comfort zone.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's too easy.
Yeah.
Like even if you just do it once a week. Did you feel any different? Like, did you feel any better, or were you just angry the whole time because you were uncomfortable?
I was definitely not angry at all. I was just like, oh, I can't just go to that stuff.
Yeah.
It was more about like, what am I actually going to wear? Like I actually had to think about it.
Yeah.
Which I'm not used to.
Mm. Does it make you want to do it more often maybe? No, okay.
I got to school pick up or something. I got to school in the beige set and girls were like, this is nice. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, but you got a compliment.
But I wore it to like the airport and stuff. It's not like I don't wear it. I just don't wear it in my everyday stuff.
Yeah, but you saying I need to go out and buy clothes, that's a bit dramatic.
I need to go out and buy clothes to go out. Anyway,
I actually don't think you do.
A whole nother conversation for another day that we don't have time for today.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I absolutely did not hate it.
Did you hate it less than you anticipated?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think because I have clothes, I found it easier than I probably thought.
Yeah.
But being hotter weather, it's like I need to invest in a good pair of denim shorts because instead of just like reaching for black bike shorts.
Yeah.
And sometimes, that set that all with the pink shorts.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I look like I've got pajama shorts on?
No, they didn't look like pajama shorts.
Anyway, that's how I feel when I wear them. I just actually gave my mum another pair of mine that were red with cherries on it because I was like, looks like pajama shorts.
Doesn't look like pajama shorts.
But it doesn't look like it when she wears it with her pink T-shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was good. It was fine.
Yeah,
it was, I've got more clothes than I think.
You have a lot more clothes than you think. You have a lot of just everything. You're fine. Well done.
I've got a lot of sneakers.
Congratulations.
I missed wearing all of my sneakers.
Yeah. We can go back to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So today you still have to wear.
Today I bought slides and shorts and a T-shirt because I'm not wearing this for the rest of the day.
Are you in for the whole day today?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I'm leaving here and I'm not wearing this.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a non-athleisure wear outfit.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
Yeah.
Well, my uncomfortable challenge was obviously natural hair.
Yeah, take your hat off.
No, this is.
Take your hat off.
I'm wearing the hat though for the rest of the episode.
Take your hat off.
But like, it's just. It looks really bad right now. I should have washed my fringe this morning.
It does not look bad.
Anyway, normally I would wash my fringe.
What crack are you on? Like, actually, what crack are you on? I just don't know in what world you think it looks like really bad. It looks better without the hat on.
I'm just wearing the hat because you can't wear a hat.
I know, but I'm just telling you it looks better with the hat off.
Hats don't suit me. I don't care, but it's just I'm having the hat on because you can't wear a hat. You like wearing hats.
Your hair looks better with your hat off.
Anyway, it's fine. Anyway, so I didn't have to go and physically buy products. Turns out I had like a few smoothing products in my range that I just they'd slipped down the cupboard because I really didn't need them. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I used them and it was fine. Apart from my fringe where I struggled, I had to buy like those non-crimping clips, so things to like clip your hair down.
I know when I get my makeup done,
they always use those clips.
That happens very often, but they use those clips.
Yeah, because it doesn't wrinkle your hair.
Yeah.
So I found like just I was fine with the rest of my hair. That was never my issue. It was my fringe. Yeah. And fine with that. Like everything was perfectly fine. So I'm like, I might wear it more often. Like, it's definitely shown me I can definitely do it, A, and B, like I don't have to apply heat every time, and it'll just help with my overall goal of like
growing your hair.
Of growing my hair.
Yeah.
So not applying heat's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's opened my eyes.
Yeah.
To a whole new world.
So you don't have to put heat on it like every day. Like if you're just coming into the office, you could wear it like that, but just do your fringe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I am excited to wash my hair and be able to apply heat.
Yes.
It's more just you want to do something you can't do.
Yeah.
Like when something's taken away from you, you're like, that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
But it's really not.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's not.
And I think that's the aim of this little challenge. And we don't know if we're going to have challenges every single week for each other because like that's a lot of challenges.
It's a lot. And I want to live my life.
You know, exactly. I want to live my life too. And we're not about to like, we're not doing anything like, you're not going to tell me to stop drinking coffee because that's not uncomfortable. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm not going to tell you like not to exercise every day. There's just like things that we just wouldn't do.
Well, yeah, that's it.
So it's just more about like a few uncomfortable situations and it might not be all the time, but we'll roll with them for now. 5K day, we finished on Friday. Today's Tuesday. So like we're nearly there.
Yeah, 3 more days.
Yeah. I think it's been a lot easier for you. I think if we're ever going to do another challenge, when you need to amp yours up because
I need to be running every day or something like that. That's really challenging.
Like if that's what your goal is, but it might be like stepping outside your upstate schedule, stepping outside, like just changing up your schedule. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's what your week looks like and that's what you do anyway. So you're doing 5K a day, so it's not challenging. Yeah.
I've added 5 kilometres in. Like this morning, last night, overnight, Valerie went to bed and I'm like, the last thing I felt like doing was going for a walk this morning. But I'm like, oh, I've got to get my 5K done. It's easier for me to do it right now. Otherwise, I have to do it tonight after dinner.
But you still would have done it.
Yeah, I would have done it. But I mean, like, no. If I was awake at night, because I couldn't get back to sleep after that, I wouldn't have got up to do my 5K.
Oh, yeah, if it wasn't
I wouldn't have got up
day.
to exercise. Yeah, if it wasn't 5K day.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have done it on days where I've had to go and do it at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I had to fit it in.
Yeah.
On those days, I just wouldn't exercise. So it's been a challenge in that aspect. Aaron's sick of me saying 5K. He's like, the sentence when I'm like, got to get my 5K in, he's just like, I can't anymore.
Yeah. If I've done a lot of night times and Mitch is just like, this is just not it at this time. And I'm like, I know. Thank God we have a treadie.
Yeah.
Because that's the kids just play out there while I'm out there too. And it's not like
If I had a walking pad, it would have been like the easiest thing. But I haven't been able to go get it from my sister. So. Yeah. But no, we're really impressed with the whole entire community.
We haven't missed a day.
Haven't missed a day. People are getting so into
I
it.
don't know why I thought I would miss a day. Like, I just never ever thought about missing a day. Like, it just wasn't in my brain to miss a day.
It wasn't an option for me, really.
Same.
I'd do it at 12
And I was
a.m.
like
if I
so
had to.
hungover at the start. Like, I had a wedding and then a recovery day and still did it.
Maybe because you started really challenging where you were hungover, so doing it hungover.
Well, even when we did it though back in the day, we never missed a day.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like not, it just wasn't an option.
Just
to miss
wasn't
a
an
day.
option.
Yeah.
No, that's the same as me.
It wasn't like, oh, it's 8 o'clock at night, I better not go. Like, I was like, ugh, I have to go.
Not being bothered's not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleeping for me, like if it meant I had to wake up earlier, that's just what I had to do.
Yeah.
Committed.
Like, yeah, committed.
Commitment.
Yeah. My sister's getting married.
That's so exciting.
Not this Friday, next Friday. So this pod will go live on the Thursday and her wedding is the day after that. Again, I'm going to talk about trying to find a dress because I've ordered 65,000.
How many actually have you ordered?
I think I worked out to be 10.
You ordered 10
I
dresses.
think so. Yeah. And some dress was in the same, like 2 different sizes. Yeah. And it's so much so that I've realised that retail clothing brands are now charging a handling fee for returns. Because I was like, oh, it's just a refund. It's a straight refund back to the credit card. And now I'm like, oh, it's minus $10 or minus $12 because of a handling fee.
So overall, you lost $100.
Basically, yeah. So I went shopping in Melbourne on the weekend and I found a dress. So I've ordered 80% of dresses in a size 12 for none of them to do up at the back.
None of them did.
None of them do up.
Yeah.
I've ordered size 14s for them to absolutely swim on my legs and my bum. That it was like, what is got like? What,
so are you a size 13?
Yeah, I'm a size 13.
Yeah.
Then went into a shop on Sunday, tried on a dress. It is tight. I am very conscious of the flabbiest part of my belly, which again, like
You've had
YOLO, whatever. I've had 4 kids.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's where my eyes naturally went to. It was a size 10 and it did up. Don't ask me how.
See, this is the thing.
This is the different cuts in fabrics, in different dresses and whatnot.
And brands.
This same brand though, I tried on so many other dresses and 12s didn't do up. And the cup sizes are minuscule.
So can we just say that sizing of a dress and things really just shouldn't matter?
It just shouldn't matter.
You think about it like it's covering your entire body. Who's the same from like not everyone's the same from top to bottom, whether it's really, really small boobs to bigger
Because I'm like, God, I can't be the only one with a bust here.
No.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not the only girl with a bust.
Yeah.
But anyway, I bought the size 10. So we're going to roll with that for now. I will say that shopping, I went to Melbourne on a Sunday. I understand young girls, when I say young, I'm like mid-20s or at uni, they're working on the weekends. But girls that don't have kids are so unhelpful. I shouldn't say no kids because Kirsty's actually so helpful with the way I dress. I should just say like plus 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So unhelpful with like choosing me dresses.
What do you mean?
Like instantly I was like, all right, I've got a really big bust, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I just need anything in a size 12, 14 in this colour range.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out with like
spaghetti straps,
halter necks, like no backs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girlfriend, the tits are down on the ground.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Again, not her fault.
It's probably just inexperience as well. Like I remember when there's been 2 times in my entire life I've been properly styled. Both were for like catwalk for cancer things. And I remember thinking, they're going to pick me things that I'm going to hate. But because they're experienced stylists, they actually were able to pick. And I was like pleasantly surprised both times. I'm like, oh, I actually like both things.
Yeah.
Because
and I even think when we go into Luxe, the girls that work there, like when you're constantly seeing someone, like if you've got your own stylist, they start to know your body. So when I go into Luxe, they don't get me something that's got floral on it, or they don't get me something that's like quite tight around the bust.
Yeah, because they're just not going to fit your boobs.
Yeah, they just know.
Yeah.
So I think it is hard. But it was quite depressing shopping. I'm like, I'm the maid of honor, like it's my sister's wedding. I want to feel really good.
Yeah.
Like, not that I don't want to feel really good going to anyone else's wedding, but I'm like, this is such a special day.
You just want to, like, when you don't feel good within yourself or you feel really uncomfortable and things like that, you can't break out of that.
Yeah.
You feel self-conscious.
Yeah. So anyway, and then I got home yesterday and I'd ordered a size 14. I'd actually ordered another 4 dresses online. They all arrived. 3 are going back. The 14 I like, but when I pull it in, like behind my bum, there's a good inch and a bit, and up and up and up, good inch. Behind my chest, half an inch, and I just don't know if that 12 is going to do up because it's that smaller part from behind my chest that won't do up. I will take it to my alterations lady and see if she can put a thicker zip on it.
So you got 2 dresses on the go at the moment.
Got 2 dresses on the go at the moment. The 12 hasn't arrived.
Yeah. Where were you shopping? Was it Cook Eye, I think you said? And you said that they just didn't stock size. Was it
14?
14.
Only in certain things. So like I've got one top from there that's a size 14, and then I tried on like all these other tops. I'm like, why aren't these in a 14? She's like, oh, they just don't make them in a 14. I'm like, say what?
Yeah.
And I had my nose up against Cook Eye for so long because I'm like, fuck that, I'll never go in there.
Yeah.
Like everything's teeny tiny and like...
And bodycon.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not going in there. But in this Geelong store, this young girl that was in there, she was actually so helpful. She had boobs. They're not post-kids boobs, but she had boobs.
So they probably held themselves up.
Yep. But she was actually so helpful, and I ended up, in some things that I was like the white boobs strapless thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I never would have picked that up.
Never. Yeah.
Ever. But
and
then
that's my favourite outfit that you own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I found it in with straps, and they're like, no, sorry, it's not in a size 14. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's...
So anyway, I think there's a lot of talk online about the retail world and like stocking for bigger sizes and just like why can't there be size 14s and 16s? I just don't understand.
Because that's not even big size.
Like, aren't you just like not like what? Don't you just want to accommodate for like more people to shop from you?
Yeah.
Like that's just like more money. And as someone that owns a business, I'm like, don't you want more money?
Yeah, I know.
Like be better.
A broader range, but then I don't know. I don't understand what fashion brands do, but like...
Yeah.
Like why not? That's what I think.
And if you're doing some things in 14s, like why can't you do everything?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I think Skims does it the very, 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 very best. Yeah. They show like every item on every different size.
Yeah.
So as you buy it, you can be like, I'm size 12, and they show your size 12.
Yeah.
They show your size 8. Because it's like another thing trying to buy a size 8 dress, or like you're trying to buy a size 10 or 12 dress, and then the model's
flat
size 0.
Yeah.
And it's just like you get it with all these high hopes, and then it doesn't.
Yeah. It does not look the same.
Nah.
Kim Kardashian does things so well.
She does everything so well.
Yeah.
Zara is probably really depressing. Their sizing is just cooked.
Yeah.
And depressing.
Yeah, I can't. I return so much for Zara. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you got 2 dresses. So that's...
2 dresses on the go, and
good.
both I'm like going to be happy with no matter what one.
So we asked a question.
Yes.
Well, you asked a question to the socials.
Yes. I was on a run with a friend last week, and they had their 10-year wedding anniversary, and she said she must have been at work all day, then went to the gym and whatnot, or kids had activities, and they got home, they put the kids to bed at 6:30, and he'd made a lamb roast, they had a bottle of wine from like 7 o'clock onwards. Mm-hmm. And she's like, it's just what I needed. I'd been feeling so on edge, like the mental load and all this stuff, and then just to sit down with my husband and have a conversation, like I was able to give him a few tasks that I was just like, I just needed to do them. Mm-hmm. He was like, yep, no worries. It just sparked an open conversation with no kids around and no distractions. And I was like, oh my God, I need to talk about this on the pod. Because I'm like, it is so important. And, to keep the spark alive with the person that you love most and the person that you fell in love with to begin with. Everyone just lets time get in the way and things get in the way, and it ends up on the back burner. And no one can do everything perfectly at once. Like we all know you can't just like successfully be at work and successfully be a mum and successfully be a great wife and all of the above. Like
exercise.
No one can do it. It's actually impossible
unless
you're like a quazillionaire. But we wanted to talk about things that either we do or things that like our experiences, and also hear what others do, because I have no doubt that people are thinking, shit, do I even love him or her? Like what? Not do I?
No. I think it comes down to like comparing yourself to people you see on social media and movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that makes you question it. But it's just like, of course I love unless you actually don't.
Yeah. But I think like
I
you just feel like you can lose that spark. Like I read a book called The Roommate recently, and they were roommates and whatever, and there was this sexual like zing between them, right? Yeah. And I was like, fuck, I'm never going to feel that again with my husband, with anyone. I'm never going to feel that again. Because like those initial days are over. Yeah. We're so far past that. But I'm like, oh, I'd love to have that
feeling of anticipation.
And don't get me wrong, like we're still pretty good at those sorts of things.
Yeah, I think But
I was just reading that book and I was like, oh, it was so like, I don't know. I wanted to be like young again and have that look where you're just like, oh.
Or get excited if they text you. Or
Those butterflies when his name pops up on your
phone. Although
it
is quite exciting still if Aaron texts me because he never replies to me. So when I get a text, I'm still like, oh my God. Because I've had a grand total of 10 our whole relationship. So
so we want to talk about this.
Okay. I can't sit here and give advice, me personally, because I'm the worst at that. Like Aaron 100% carries our relationship in that sense. And
what did he say to you the other day?
That I'm allergic to him. He said, what did he say? He goes to the kids. He was just like, yeah, mummy's allergic. Because Leo was like, I'm allergic to honey, which he's not. But then Daddy goes, mummy's allergic to daddy. And then, it was funny. Probably am. No, I'm joking. I'm not. But he carries us completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
So he initiates things. He
Everything.
Is the one keeping you guys like chatting and like communicating and whatnot. And then you just go along. I don't mean you just go along with it. I mean like you embrace that.
Yeah. But it's not just him that I do that to. That's like my whole entire world. Like I do that to everyone. I don't organise things with anyone. I don't initiate much with anyone. It's just not my personality. I'm just happy to just follow along with things. Like I'll go for the ride, but I'm just
like, you're not saying like, no, I can't be bothered. No, I don't want to talk. Like nothing like that.
No.
So if he's like, let's sit down and.
Although sometimes he always goes to me, good chat if I don't reply. But sometimes I'm actually thinking in my head about the reply, but I actually don't physically respond. So I can see how he gets upset.
Yeah.
Not upset, but like frustrated with me because sometimes I'm sitting there thinking about what he's just told me.
Yeah.
But I actually just don't respond.
Why are you like that?
I don't know.
Like, why are you like that?
Don't know.
Anyway.
We had Rachel on from Libido and she was talking about like your brakes and your accelerators, and that changed everything for me. I was just like, my brakes are on hard. I have a really busy brain, like it's very busy. It is. I have a busy brain. Why are you pulling that face?
Because you can just nap all the time. Like I have a busy brain. I can't switch my brain off to just nap, and you can just tell yourself, I'm going to have a nap.
Okay, when I went to Zen Life, which is a gift you got me, and had my brain physically tested, he said, you have one of the highest busy brain results I've ever seen. So
probably because you were in a room with a man and you just instantly like fucking bar up. Like you're just like, I can't.
I was in an uncomfortable situation.
You were in such an uncomfortable position.
Yeah. I hate being in like an enclosed room with like, oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I find it really hard to switch my brain off. But I go along with, I'm not going to say everything. I go along with like,
like you're not a Debbie Downer. You're not trying to bring anything down or push anyone away. You absolutely get involved.
Yeah, and I'm sure Aaron would disagree with you, with me saying, I don't try to, because I absolutely like he'll like he just does. He's way more playful. I'm definitely not a playful person in the slightest. I'm like, it's just not me.
Yeah.
But that's where I really need to work on.
Yeah.
He does carry that, and it's just not.
I find that when Mitch gets on my nerves, like just for no reason, but like, you know, like life's going on and then they get on your nerves, that is like such a sign to me that I need to spend time with him.
Yeah.
So like I will instantly just be, and both of us are so good at like last night, he's going to be in Melbourne this weekend and he's just like, can you come to Melbourne for dinner on Saturday night? Like instantly, because he's like got to stay up there. And I can't because I have 4 children.
Yeah.
But like, it was just like a thought, like, if someone could have our kids come to Melbourne for dinner, I'll just go up and back.
Yeah.
Or I got us Luke Combs tickets. Combs or Combs?
Combs, I think.
I think it's Combs. I got us concert ticket.
Yeah.
And instead of just thinking like, let's just go up and back for the concert, I was like, let's go out for lunch, go out for a few drinks. I mean, I took it too far and got too drunk, obviously. But do you know what? Someone commented on a photo or sent me a DM, or I can't remember. They were like, thanks for being so cool. You guys are the best. I was like, oh God, I don't remember that.
What do you mean? Someone
came and chatted with us and got photos, and like she was like, I recognized you, and I'm like, ew, me? She's like, I need to get a photo. And I'm like, don't get a photo with me, get a photo with him.
We got a DM from someone as well. She said, I saw you from afar walking into the toilets. Did you see that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I replied, you should have said hi to her.
Yeah.
She would have loved it.
Oh, on that night?
That night as well.
Oh.
In a stadium, you had 2 people.
I got another message saying, I looked up at the train station and there you were. I don't know what I was doing. And I wanted to say, did I have a Camilla and Mark jacket on? Because I misplaced it and can't remember where I left it. She's like, I looked up and there you are. I was so starstruck. I was like, ew.
This girl saw you going into the toilets.
Probably looking for my phone that I lost for half an hour.
Probably. She probably thought you were, I don't know, doing
Too
something nice and glamorous, but you were looking for your phone because you were too drunk.
That point of my story is like we are very good at, we have the village, we have the family capacity to do date nights, to go out, and we basically wine and dine. We don't always drink because obviously like if we go out on a Tuesday night, I'll have a glass of wine and then, but we have the capacity to go out. We have the capacity, sometimes mum stays over during the week, we go for a walk. We put the time in to do those things together.
Yeah.
That's one big thing for us. I 100%, my opinion, sex is so important. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think being intimate is so important for your relationship. So you don't need anything else for that. Like someone said, how do you have time to go, like this was a message, how do you have time to figure out when the right time is to do the business? Fucking do the business.
Yeah.
It can take like 3 minutes. Come on, let's be real, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just think if you make the time or just think of it instantly, like a lot of people said, I can't be bothered. Like, you know, we've just done bed and bath and dinner and all that. And it's just like, oh, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You need to be bothered. That's where you need to flick the switch, flick the mindset once, whatever you have the capacity to do, once a week, once every fortnight, once a month. You need to flick that switch and make the time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so important. Like you actually feel so much better. And this is what my friend said after their dinner and their bottle of wine together on this random Wednesday night. They were like, that was the best.
Yeah.
Like it was so good. And she instantly felt better.
Yeah.
You know, she instantly wasn't on edge. She instantly,
Yeah.
And it instantly made her feel better about life, not just him.
Yeah.
Like actually the kids and
just
everything. Yeah.
Well, it stems from you two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. Formula feeding doesn't have to be hard.
Meet the MISSTA bottle, a 750ml high-quality thermos with an inbuilt thermometer and safety light system designed by parents for parents.
MISSTA has completely removed the stress for you and makes formula feeding safe and convenient.
Trusted by over 30,000 parents, MISSTA ensures your baby's formula is at a safe temperature for 12 hours.
Ready to make feeding time a breeze? Visit www.mista.com.au or on Instagram at Mr_babythermos. One of my favourite messages.
Did you not get that word out?
Was my best advice I ever heard for date night was fuck first. Seriously though, there's no anticipation during dinner. You're smiling and you're happy because of what you've already done and you're not too tired or bloated or had an argument after date night. That's the best advice in my opinion. I'm like, you know what? That's fucking great. Because we just got in here and Kirsty's like, we go out for dinner and she's like, usually I feel sick because I've eaten so much. Get home and just like.
Both of them just go to bed.
Just go to bed and like, or you can get home late and no joke, like getting home at 11 o'clock.
And you start to think, I've got to get up at 6 a.m.
Like those things play in your mind.
Yeah.
So you would assume that going on date night, having sex when you get home is like ending date night. Have sex before you go.
Yeah. I thought
you instantly love each other more.
Very good advice.
Yeah.
That one was really good. Got a lot of good messages, I think.
Yeah.
We've both got them here. I just can't.
Love language. Someone wrote in a long message. I won't read it all, but always consider the other person's love language. We're in the thick of 2 under 2 with a 17-month-old and a 3-month-old. Myself and my partner have different love languages, mine being an acts of service. Hence, my partner will make extra efforts to make sure the house is semi-clean before we go to bed, knowing that I'll have my routine with the kids in the morning and he has the bottles ready to go the next day. His is physical touch, so that's self-explanatory. And I'm like, love language is so important. We've spoke about it.
That just what their love language is describes mine and Aaron's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really like, for me, it's like thoughtfulness, acts of service and just doing things that I know that he likes. That's my like exact love language. And his is 100% without a shadow of a doubt physical touch.
Sorry, yours is what?
Acts of service.
Yes, so he's giving you acts of service.
Well, I'm more saying like that's the way I show my love.
But that's not your love language.
Yes, it is.
Well, then is
my love language what someone gives back to me? I always thought it was
no. You want acts of service, like that's your love language. So if he helps you around the house, for example, is that what's going to is that?
Oh no, sorry. I've always understood love languages to be like what I give. Like that's my way of showing love. I didn't realize it was the way you want love received.
Received.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Because you've just explained Aaron's love language is self-explanatory, and what you think.
But no, I'm talking about the ways you know someone loves you. That's what I thought it was.
What you receive.
Yeah.
So like this person, her husband's is self-touch, like his what'd she call it?
Touch, whatever, physical touch.
Physical touch. So self-explanatory. That's her husband's. So she knows she needs to
do that for him,
which you don't do.
Yeah, which I don't do.
And hers is acts of service.
Yeah.
So she's going to love her partner a little that extra more in the morning. So he actively tries to help her prep the house for the next day because she's instantly in a better mood.
Yes.
So what you're saying, you show love to people by gifting and like
not just gifting,
but like acts of service, thoughtfulness.
Yeah.
But if that's not his love language.
But then if he doesn't do that to me, like when he's like, if he forgets something I tell him to get, or like just little things like that, I'm just like, ugh. I also get angry at that, or like.
So what's going to make you love him more?
But then at the same time, I realise like if Aaron drops off the bandwagon and he's like anti me for a phase, I can really tell. And then I probably need the same thing as him. Like I hate.
No. Think about your love language. Okay. Like you need to think about.
Isn't there a book? I'll read the book.
At the end of the day, you give love to not just Aaron, to other people by being thoughtful and like acts of service and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But what do you need?
Of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Thanks, Holly, for writing in about your love language, because now Mel's going to go away and think of her love language.
My love language. Just buy me some Chanel. I feel like I think that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
No. So love language was a common theme.
Yes.
Communication was a common theme as well. So I think that's literally everyone said that.
That's just like a very obvious thing. Like communicate about everything.
Yeah.
Like communication's key, but it's not always that easy.
Oh, it's like the hardest thing you can do. You know, you have to do it, but it's the hardest thing to achieve.
And like, you know, we all know what it's like to just sit on the couch and be like, Siebes.
Yeah.
Doing anything except scrolling or watching my show.
Yeah.
Like everyone's exhausted by that stage, and like everyone's done with life. You're just like, kids are asleep, whatever. Just, you know, it's hard. So those obvious things, but what were the not so obvious things? So this girl here said they do a Sunday night check-in.
Yeah.
So they sit down, they check in, how the week went, what's coming up ahead, what the mental load looks like, and where it suits us to have time together. They also do one night a week with no TV and no phones. So they play cards, board games, do a crossword comp together, etc. It doesn't have to be the whole night, but it's 1 hour of connecting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that, for everyone saying they don't have the village to go out on a date night, respect, fair enough. I totally understand that having a night away from your kids or going out on a date night is not
challenging,
don't have the capacity, can be expensive, all those things. Get creative at home.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off and light a candle and play Uno. Mm-hmm. Like, have dinner once the kids are gone down. That's where you've got to change your mindset. Like, I know you can't be bothered. Change your mindset. Get your favorite takeout and sit there with a candle.
Yeah.
Put your phones away. Chat for an hour, wait, eat dinner.
I feel like, you know how your kids need your undivided attention? I feel like it's the same with your spouse. They sometimes just need your undivided attention.
For a small period of time.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a 5 hour long glamorous thing, but just like what you just said, like you can do it at home, you can do it anywhere. And again, I need to practice what I preach, but like it's acknowledgement like as well, and acknowledging and appreciating the person that you have. Because a lot of the time, and Aaron says this to me like most days, he goes, Melinda, you always focus on the 10% I'm not doing for you. He goes, try and focus on the 90% of good things that I actually do.
Yeah.
Which I don't do. Yeah. And which I think a lot of people don't do. Like when you're angry at your husband for like
not unstacking the dishwasher.
Not unstacking the dishwasher, which is bitch's biggest downfall.
Yeah. I don't focus on the fact that he does all the gardening or like takes the bins out every week and brings the bins in. Like there are just so many other things that he does, but I just don't think of those.
I always say to Aaron, I'm like, if it's outside, it's just not my business.
Yeah.
Like, not my business, blue job, don't care.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you've got to try and more focus on all the things they are doing right for you in those moments.
You just got to remember both sides. You've always got to remember the good times. And it is hard to go back when you're in, you know, you're sleep deprived, like you've got a newborn. Like I get it. Like fully get it. Other small pieces of advice I'll give. Put your hand on your spouse. You can sit on the couch and put your hand on their leg. You can walk in the door, or they can walk in the door and kiss you straight away, hug you, bum grab, Like there are small gestures that can be done at home by both of you. It doesn't just have to be him. Doesn't just have to be you. Come together and do it more. Like say I love you every time they leave the house.
Do you do that?
I'm trying. I do it to my kids. I would tell my kids I love them 65,000 times a day.
Yeah. It's so easy to do with your kids.
Come out of the schoolyard and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you for another day at school and I love you so much. Like I don't practice what I preach with. I wish I would say it to my mum every time I got off the phone to her or my sister.
Yeah.
But try and do it. Like Mitch and I, if he's away, 100% would never say goodnight without saying love ya.
Yeah.
Would never not message, say goodnight, say it on the phone and whatever. But it's hard to just remember to do it on your everyday life. He kisses me every day he gets home and every day he leaves because he's the one leaving the house. And then not regularly enough do we stand in the kitchen while the 3 kids are having dinner and just stand there and hug.
Yeah.
Like we do it, but we can be better at doing that. You know, and they'll be like, Mom, Dad, and we're like, what? We're married. We love each other.
Yeah, our my kids. Valerie was asking Aaron the other day, she said, are you going to marry Mum? And he's like, I already have.
Yeah. So those little things I think can help. Like think of how nice your husband would feel. And I don't mean to say husband. I'm saying husband, your wife, your husband, your partner would feel if you just went up and hugged them from behind in the kitchen for no reason. That is a small gesture and it's a little spark that goes off and it's free. Yeah. And it can be done at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you've got an anniversary coming up or like, I don't know, you're trying to do something as a surprise, sort the house out, have the kids down and have takeaway ready and be like, oh, I've organised dinner for us.
Yeah.
Like things that are kind of like.
Well, Aaron would have to do that for me to be a really shocking thing. But for me to do that,
for some people,
day.
like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you could do it on a Saturday night and he'd still be shocked. If you lit a candle.
Oh, yeah. If I lit a candle.
You guys don't have dinner without the kids. If you put your kids down.
No. Sometimes like what we've been doing lately is if they're off watching TV, we're like, let's not wake the beast. Let's have quickly eat and then we'll eat and then they can eat.
But eat like when they're down. Light a candle.
So late.
Set a scene. You'll be fine. And I'm sure Aaron would appreciate it. And I have no doubt that if he listened to this and you did that, he'd be like, that was so nice.
Yeah.
And you know he would. You absolutely know that he would. Because it's not like the kids are just about to run in. Like the kids are down, you're sorted, you've got some delicious takeaway. Have a glass of wine together.
Yeah.
Or your hard solo.
Hard solo.
Anyway, acknowledging each other, considering each other, like it does come down to a form of communication, but that's about being thoughtful. Like I think we do things without realising that we're doing them. Like I'll naturally prep pasta the night before a game for Mitch, right? Yeah. Have forever.
Yeah.
It's not, he expects it, I do it. It's not a second thought. But then I was like, acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that I know that that's what you need.
Yeah.
So if you know that I've got a big day at work or we're recording content at my house, know that, acknowledge that and help me get organised for it.
Yeah.
So I think little things like that, but that comes down to communication.
It's all communication.
It is all communication.
Just communication.
And sex.
Yeah. Communication helps us. We prioritise each other's needs. My husband has to go to the gym every day for 2 hours. So clearly that's just what he needs. And I need to prioritise going for a walk a few times a week. We do a little acts of kindness for each other, making each other a coffee, breakfast in the morning, buying them a treat when we do the weekly shop. It's just the little things that add up and become the big things. Yep. So you don't need to do these big grand gestures like
go to the movies.
Just go to the movies. Just do those little things.
Yeah.
So
and also if someone's doing those little gestures to you, appreciate it. This is again, I need to practice what I preach. But like, let's start appreciating our spouses more.
Yeah. I think that would be like step one is because everyone just wants to be acknowledged and appreciated. Yeah. I think that's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like what I have to write in every single card I ever give Aaron. Like when it's his birthday or Valentine's Day, anniversary,
so nice
whatever.
That you write cards.
Do you guys not give each other cards?
No.
Oh, well, you can tell if I'm angry at him because the card is cold as ice. It's just like,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. But like I'm always like, I know I don't show it and I have a weird way of showing it. But like, no, this is what's in my card.
Yeah, but I'd say that. Happy birthday. I know I don't show it enough, but I love you and I'm so appreciative of you. And I hope you have the best day. I'd rather say that to his face.
That goes into my card. It goes into like every single card. But I think a lot of people think they fall into that like roommate, housemate trap.
Yeah. And we get it. I'm not trying to sit here and say like I've got this perfect relationship. Absolutely not.
No one does.
And we all go through phases. It's like what you said before, the you accelerate and
your brakes and accelerators.
Yeah. Like we're all going through these different waves, but where you have capacity, not that you think that you do, like just change your mindset about certain little things.
Yeah. Or just try implementing one thing.
One thing. Yeah.
You know, because it can make someone else's day. You've just got to start thinking of, and I have to take on this advice too.
Yeah, we both have to take on this advice. We are not experts.
Yeah.
This is just a chat.
Yeah. Like it's just like thinking about what would actually make someone else feel really special. Because a lot of the time in their heads, I know girls can probably just think like, oh, that it's the guy that should make the girl feel special. Yeah. But it does go both ways.
It 100% goes both ways. And I think like the minute I show my husband something, I feel like I get it back a bit more.
Yeah. Oh, if I was so nice to Aaron and was like acted the way
you
he
are
wanted.
Nice to him. It's just a different,
but do you know what I mean?
way of
like
showing
if
your
I
love.
was like really affectionate and loving and stuff like that, I would be able to just get whatever I wanted. I reckon.
You could get Chanel.
I could get Chanel. But
you should do that then.
Yeah, I know. I know. One more thing. This particular girl that wrote in, I was actually her bridal makeup artist, and I had never seen a more in love, like just off with the fairies, giddy, just so happy about life. It wouldn't have mattered if I did blue eyeshadow, blue lipstick on her. She would have just been like, I don't care because I'm just married. Like,
nice.
She wrote in, she goes, pre-kids, would shower together every night. Best way to debrief / catch up. I can't shower with Aaron because, anyway, like wrecks my hair. Doesn't really work with our routine with kids now, so we make sure that we have a cup of tea together every night after the kids are down, and now that is our chat time. Boring, but it works for us.
So simple.
Easy.
And free and simple. And I know people think like, I can't be bothered, and I respect that. You don't have to do that every night if that doesn't work for you, but change your mindset and do it once a week.
Yeah.
It's just like, it doesn't have to be a huge thing. Baby steps.
Yeah.
Do it once a week and start there.
Yeah.
And then if you're like, that was so good, do it twice a week.
Yeah.
Like start implementing little things.
Little teeny tiny things.
Yeah.
Your makeup looks really nice, by the way. Just looking at it right now. Anyway, so that's our relationship chat for today. So hopefully we can, I think as a takeaway for all of us,
be better.
Be
better.
Be better, do better, and you'll get better. No, I'm joking. No, just like do the little teeny tiny things. It doesn't have to be big grand gestures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not sponsored, but wish we were.
All right. This is like my favourite segment, not yours, because I have just like things coming out of the wazoo.
Yeah, I just do not. I really, really have to think deep.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like I have them, but I just don't think of them like this yet.
Yeah. Anyway, what's yours?
Okay, well mine probably, I wasn't going to do one, but coming off that conversation, mine is my shared iCloud calendar.
Yep. So you want to be sponsored by Apple?
iCloud. I need iCloud storage. I have a you can send, I don't even know how I do it, how I did it with you, but
calendar invite
through your iCloud, and because I use the calendar app on my phone every single day, it's connected to my Apple Watch. I can see exactly what's going on, and everyone has a color coordinated color. So Mel and I have a color for work. So if I book an accounting meeting, if I book a podcast recording, if I book anything, it goes straight in there. I don't need to tell her. It's just in our calendars. I have a color with Mitch. I have a color for all the football games. I have a color with my sister. And then I have another color for just like other things.
Yeah.
So yes, my calendar is very full, but that's what I work from with all of our activities and whatever. Yeah. So Mitch can actively look in the calendar at any time and be like, oh, the kids have this on, or Demi's here, or Demi's got an appointment, or like I'll write in there Demi at work, like Mitch home, and I'll block out the time.
Yeah.
So that is my suggestion. It helps so much with communication. It almost like starts the conversation about helping with the mental load stuff and like how we're managing things, and like the kids' super duper day, the kids' lunch order days, it's in there. So it's up to both of us to remember.
Yeah. So good.
And it's so good because I'm like, oh, super duper day. Or Mitch is like, oh, it's lunch order day.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, yeah, it's been, I only had it with Mitch for ages until my sister
realised,
got home, and she's like, why don't you have a share calendar with Mel? And I'm like, what? I didn't even know you could do that. So now I basically have it with all
aspects of your life.
And it's so handy, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, it's like my most favorite thing on the planet.
I'm like, how did we live without it?
I don't know. It's so much easier than you've been like, do you know that we're going here today?
Yeah.
It's just like,
or you just been like, wait, what time's our meeting again? Like it's just in there.
It's just in there.
Yeah.
There's no questions.
Yeah, and because that's the calendar. I know people use different calendars, but that's the calendar app on my phone is what I use every day.
Yeah.
So, and that's how like.
Oh, we have iPhones.
Yeah, iPhone. Yeah. So that's just my suggestion. I'm like, it's a game changer to have all these colors with, especially Mitch.
Yeah.
That is the main one that's like really helped. And then when I did it with you, and then even my sister, like when we've been doing wedding stuff, she'll just put it in. I'm like, oh yeah, we're going there.
Yeah, that's so good. So good recommendation.
Thanks.
Probably won't get sponsored, but good rec. So my one is actually like,
oh my God,
this is very gate kept. It's a thing I don't talk about often. Mm-hmm. I talk about it to the people in my world often, but not. So I got an allergic reaction to acrylic nails, and I don't have the time for SNS. I don't have a time for like an hour appointment or hour and a bit appointment every time to go and get my nails done. So I was like, I can't not have nails on because it's just part of my life. Don't look at me in any form of way, Demi. I just can't have nails on. I've tried. I really like nails. That's it. So I'm like, I'm not going to not wear nails. So I started buying literally every brand under the sun, whether it was from like Kmart, whether it was from the best ones, that's most viral on TikTok. Every nail stick-on company I could find, hated them all. I'm like, this isn't working either. I'm just going to have to deal with the allergic reaction. I don't know. I'm just going to.
From the acrylic?
What sort of my fingers, so my fingers around my nails, like, and under my nails would burn and blow up.
Why are you so allergic to so many things?
Don't know. But it became like itchy. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and fully be scratching the side of my bed as hard as I could because my fingers were just deathly itchy. And then it would all, like, the skin would, like, bleed and things like that. I was so allergic to them. So I had to take matters into my own hands. I finally found the best stick-on nails. So it is from, drumroll, Safeway. So, of course, my beloved Woolies. The brand is Helios Nail System. I don't know. You buy like a bulk pack. I've only bought it once. I think that this is $13. Comes with the glue. And you get like maybe 10 or 15 sets out of them. They last
and then
like probably.
Do you paint them?
I then paint them, and I also
get them painted?
No, I paint them myself. So whatever color I want to wear, I'll just paint it. I also have a nail trimmer, like a nail clipper, and I like just trim it down a smidge and just file it. So it takes me maybe 10 minutes to do all up, and they last probably like 2.5, 3 weeks. You need to buy a little alcohol wipes, so you file your nail first to like file it down, and then use little alcohol wipes to
I'd just be going to get SNS by now.
No, that's so much harder. And then you file you just use alcohol wipes on each nail, and then it lasts so well. They're the best stick-on nails I've ever had, and I can't imagine going to a nail salon now. Can't imagine it.
There you go, guys. You heard it first from Mel.
And this is being gatekept. I have not spoken about this publicly ever, and I love them. I love my stick-on nails. I don't get allergic reaction. I'm aware they're stick-ons. I carry a little glue around with me in case one does fly off. Mm-hmm. But it's the most bang for buck. I'm saving like $80 a month or more. So it is also a big savings, which I probably spend elsewhere, but it's a big savings. And I'm just really impressed with myself that I found a cost-effective solution to my nail issue that everyone's happy with. So this is my big recommendation that I actually haven't spoken about ever before. That's that.
Fab.
Thanks.
Now you want to be sponsored by
Helios. I buy the stiletto shape, and then I just kind of shave them down a bit so that they're almond shaped, just in case anyone's considering doing it. And I've got like a couple of people onto these when I've talked about it, like discreetly. If everyone goes, like your nails, I'm like, they're stick-ons. And then they go, oh, what brands? And I'm like, well, it's this brand. And then I chat about it. So that's that. Next uncomfortable challenge. Yeah, what do you think? You go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first. Just go first.
Should I not?
Oh, okay. Okay. I know you think that your one's going to be like cosmetic-y or something like that. It's actually not this time.
I thought you would have gone different.
You are not allowed to wear your Apple Watch.
I have to finish using it.
No.
What about 5K?
No, because don't we start the uncomfortable challenge next Tuesday?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, no, next Thursday.
Next Thursday. So you just can't wear your Apple Watch for 5 days.
That is... I'm not sure how to feel about this. What do you mean?
You just can't wear your Apple Watch. You look like you're about to cry.
That's like I'm not going to close my rings, my exercise rings.
Oh my God. That sounds like hell. That's like the world will still continue on. You'll find that if you don't close your exercise rings, the sun will rise tomorrow. You'll be fine. So it's okay. You can just process that. I feel like I've just removed a limb. Like, it's like if a surgeon came up and said to you, like, I'm going to have to amputate one of your legs, you would have had a better reaction.
Okay.
So that's yours. Be kind with me.
I'm not fucking being kind now. No, I'm just going to keep rolling with my one. I'll be mean on other times.
Okay. What is it? I don't want to know. I'm just all of a sudden deaf. I can't hear. So
your uncomfortable challenge is off the back of our chat.
I know what this is going to be. Yeah,
but it doesn't. Yours starts today because Aaron listens to the podcasts.
But he doesn't listen to it instantly.
It doesn't matter. What are we going to say? Don't listen to it. Yours starts today. I'm giving you a longer amount of time.
What? So I have to? Oh yeah.
I'm giving you more time. I'm giving you 2 weeks.
Just go first. Yeah.
Mel, Aaron, Mitch and I had lunch. When was it? Like November, right? And by the end of it, Aaron's like, we don't have sex. I'm like, you do. I know you do. Like I actually know the stories that you do. And he was confused he confused himself with the amount of times Mel puts it on him because he initiates it.
Every time.
100%?
100% of the time.
100% of the time. So your uncomfortable challenge is in the next 2 weeks, you have to put it on him 3 or 4 times.
What? Once.
3 or 4 times.
I'm not joking.
You've got twice this week, twice the next week. Or you can do twice this week and then once. 3 times as a bare minimum and 4 times I'll be like that proud.
Honestly, next time I'm going to remove your phone. Like Apple Watch and phone gone.
Because I'm doing it for this period of time because from Thursday to Tuesday is just once and I'm just like, that's not really that uncomfortable. It's only once.
This morning, Aaron said that's what he like. I said, what we're talking about on the pod today.
Oh, you can't tell him though.
No, I haven't told him. I said nothing. No, he goes, I'm going to message Demi and tell her that Mal's uncomfortable challenge is literally exactly this.
But don't get home today and tell him.
No, I won't.
Because it has to be like he can't pick up on it. I don't want him to think.
He will pick up on it.
Well, okay. Well, he will pick up on it, but I don't want him to just instantly be like, oh, this is just.
He'll pick up on it and he'll probably call a doctor and just be like, hey, I think something's wrong with my wife.
Okay, so there's even guidelines.
Oh, what?
You have to do in the 3 times. One of them has to be in bed, like you've gone to bed. I know, because I know what you like. You need to like just roll over and do what you need to do.
That's cool.
Or like put your hands on his leg or just start kissing him or go to bed naked or do whatever you need to do.
I can't even, I can't. No. Yep.
Who goes to bed first, you or him? Like, do you actually
always me
get into bed first? Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, we used to always go to bed together, but he's watching this show at the moment that I don't want to watch.
So just go to bed naked and then be in there waiting for when he goes to bed.
That's
anyway,
just not.
Another time is just like, I need you to say these words. Let's go have a quickie.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I don't care what you do the 3rd time, but there are 2. One has to be in bed where you initiate it, and one has to be like, quick, let's go have a quickie. That's why I'm doing it from now, because by the time it goes live, he'll listen to it and be like, all right, she's done it. I hope you've done it twice before he listens.
Yeah.
Because then you've only got 1 time to go.
Okay, so we're ending the podcast on hating each other.
Do you know what? This stems from, yes, that conversation with Aaron, but it also, I just hope that it encourages.
But can you note down that I then noted down every sexual encounter we had and shared it with you?
But I'm not saying you don't have sex.
I was correct.
I never disagreed with you.
Yeah.
I never not believed you because I know that you do.
Yeah.
But where he was coming from, it feels like you don't because you don't initiate it.
Yeah, yeah.
That he just initiates all the time. And I know Mitch initiates it a lot of the time too. Like I do not initiate it half as much as he does. Mm-hmm. But I also say to him like, babe, touch me. Or like, babe, we're on. You know, like.
Yeah, that's just not in my personality.
Yes, so it's a bit uncomfortable for you.
Very.
But do you know what? I also thought about it, like how many women are laying there thinking, oh, just touch me, just like, you know, like kind of want them to do it for that sexual connection or that sexual chemistry, but also don't have the I don't know, the willpower to just sort of, is it a fear of rejection? I'm not saying yours is. I'm absolutely not saying yours is. I was going to say mine. But I just mean like.
Exact opposite of that.
Yeah, I just mean like I'm sure that it is for some.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, what if he says no? Like, what if he doesn't want to do it? Like, you know, and I get that. And I that's a valid feeling. But I'm like, have you tried doing like these little, again, tiny little gestures? Like sometimes I actively like try to maneuver myself in bed a certain way to be like, hello.
With Aaron, you need to do the littlest thing.
Well, there you go. It shouldn't be so hard for you.
Like, no, well, now it is hard for me because you've actually set a set criteria.
No. Well, the third time can just be like the smallest thing, but it just has to be in bed because I know what you like when you go to bed. That's why I'm making it in bed.
At the moment, I'm literally, this morning I was talking to Kirsty about getting this like silk shower cap that you wear to bed.
Did you see M. Davis wear it the night before her wedding?
No.
She wore this silk thing and when she took it off in the morning, I was like, oh, Mel should get that.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Someone sent it to me. She sent it in the DMs when I was doing my hair thing. I was like,
keeps your hair in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked that you hadn't. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I know what you like when you're in bed, so that's one thing. And then just another time is just like kids are awake or doing whatever and it's kind of like, because you have done sexual activity while the kids are still up and about, but it's just initiated. Like you don't say no, but Aaron just initiates it. So to put you in an uncomfortable position, you're like, let's go have a quickie.
It's just.
So another time I actually wish that I could make you do phone sex. But you guys are together like 24/7, so that's too hard.
Okay. Cool. Well, if
I'm-
anyone would also like to do challenges with us, when we're so, and by all means, everyone join in, because if you're listening to this pod, you probably have an interest in relationships and wondering how they're going. But anyone can always, like, if you want to not wear your Apple Watch for a week,
if you're like addicted to your Apple Watch like me,
yeah,
then you could also try it. But
yeah.
I mean, or don't. But just don't.
But anyway, yeah. So anyone can join in on these little challenges too.
Yeah. That's a wrap on another MISSTA MUMS app.
If you find yourself with a spare 2 seconds, we'd really appreciate a rating or a review to help new listeners find our podcast.